The old garage. When I was little, I used to watch my grandfather as he tinkered with various projects that he never quite seemed to finish. Ever since his passing, these walls have been bare. No workbenches, no tools, or any of his half-finished projects lying around. The tools were moved to our other garage, where they would be used more frequently by my uncle and sometimes me. All of them carefully organized in specifically labeled drawers. Machines, waiting for us to use them again. All of these tools have been used to fix what was broken in the world outside of this organized place. In fact, as I grew older and time passed, the only times these tools were needed were in times of distress. Cars I've owned constantly breaking, sometimes by my own fault. I began to become more anxious whenever I had to use them. But then I began tinkering, making my car more unique as a way to escape the outside world. And that's when my eyes were opened to a whole other perspective, the modified car scene. There are a few different approaches to car modification in this subculture. Some go for the most power they can get out of a turboed or supercharged motor. These guys are all about speed. The faster the quarter-mile time, the better. Great skill and care is put into each one of these builds, and it's all driven by the same passion. Some go for complete functionality on the racetrack. You guessed it, actual race cars, built to go fast around corners as they possibly can. They don't try to push the limits of what they can fit on their car. Everything is carefully constructed to work in every possible way at high speed. Then you have your street cars, made to look good and express the owner's personal taste, but are rarely ever used on the track. Most of these cars are daily drivers, cars used to get from A to B. Car meets are places where owners of vehicles of all different styles and expressions can come together and show support for each other's creations, as well as witness the boundary-pushing cars of the stance scene. These cars are built for the sole purpose of their form and how they look on the outside, even if it means sacrificing functionality. Members of this scene aim to fit the widest wheels possible under their fenders while dropping the car as low to the ground as they can. This results in a setup that places the outer lip of the wheel as close to the fender line as it can be. Most of the time they use stretched tires and negative camber, or tilting the wheel in at the top in order to fit wheels that have extremely wide specs. And then there's my car, what I think to be the perfect mix of all these styles. The wheels are wide, but only enough to match the fender line. It's functional and can still be used to have fun on the track sometimes. This film is a documentation of what it's like to be in this subculture. I hope you enjoy.